The traditional school system teaches us to choose just one career to specialize in for the rest of our lives. And we're expected to choose when we're only 18 years old. This never really worked for me. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with my life when I was 18 years old. And at 30, I still don't. I found myself falling into certain university degrees because that's what I was supposed to do. And that's what people told me that I was good at. My name's Eloise and I'm a behavior change coach. And looking back, I sometimes wish that I had been told what I'm about to share with you today. It would have helped me navigate the many choices and paths available to me so that I could really find something that resonated with me. A while ago, I came across a method of life design, which is based on the idea that there are a number of life paths that could lead to fulfillment for each of us. It's called the Odyssey Plan. The Odyssey Plan was created by professors at the Stanford Life Design Lab, and it was designed to help students think about and design their lives more effectively, both professionally and personally. It was initially created with people aged 20 to 35 in mind, because that's sort of the stage of life where we're trying to figure out what life path we want to go down. However, the beauty of this is that it can be used by anyone at any age and any life stage. And it's particularly helpful when you're going through a life change or some kind of transition in life, or if you just want to find a more fulfilling path for yourself. So how do you create an Odyssey Plan? The Odyssey Plan involves brainstorming ideas and coming up with 3 potential life paths. The first scenario is, what would your life look like if you continued to go down the path that you're currently on? If you continued to do what you're currently doing, what would your life look like in 5 years' time? Think about what outcomes you might get if you continue down this road. What would your daily life look like? Who would you be surrounding yourself with? Where would you be living? What job or career do you have? Put together a picture of your life in 5 years' time if you go down that current path. Scenario number 2. What if scenario number 1 completely disappeared and was no longer available to you? What would you do instead? If you had to pick something that was different to what you were currently doing, what would your other option be? And how might your life look in 5 years' time if you had to choose this alternative path? Have a think about those same questions. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What's the job or career that you have? What does your family look like? Where do you live? And the third scenario, and my personal favorite, is what would you do and what would your life look like 5 years from now if you didn't care about money and you didn't care about what people thought about you? This third scenario can be quite challenging because most of us run every decision and choice through these 2 filters. Is it possible financially, and what do other people think? Or what might other people think if I do that? So really try to challenge yourself to have a think about, what would you do if it was just up to you and money was no object and you didn't care about what people thought? Now, the idea with these 3 scenarios is not necessarily to pick the best scenario or to pick one that you follow immediately. The planning process really just helps you start to realize what's truly important to you and what might you do if you weren't confined to what's technically realistic for you. And so by this point, if you've thought about those 3 scenarios, you've written down your 3 different paths in life, you might be thinking, how do I start to decide which path is right for me? So when it comes to choosing a path to pursue and really moving forward and creating this life that you dream of, there are 3 steps to follow. The first one is get curious. Rather than thinking about what you should do or thinking about the path that you're already on, start to get curious about what else might be possible and really have a think about what is fun to you, what is enjoyable for you, and what really fulfills you as a person. Remember, nothing is set in stone and you can always change the plan later if it doesn't work out. The next thing to do is talk to people. The idea here is you want to start talking to people who are already doing things that you might want to do. Ask them questions about the reality of that path, because often we have a picture of what something might look like. And then when we speak to someone, we realize that the realities of that path are slightly different to what we might have seen on TV or read in books. The more you learn about what others are doing and what they think about what they're doing and what they've experienced, the more information you'll have to make a decision that's right for you. And the next thing to do is try stuff. In order to find if something's right for you, you've just got to try it out. We're never going to know whether we actually like doing something until we actually do it and see for ourselves. Some things might seem like a great idea in theory, and then when we try it, we realize that path isn't for us. And that's okay too. We have to try things in order to find out that they're not for us. The more you test things and experiment with different things, the better chance you're going to have at finding the path that really is right for you at the time. If you want to go deeper into the Odyssey planning process, there is a bit more behind this whole system, and I recommend checking out the book Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. Using the Odyssey Plan myself helped me realize that I can start to think bigger and that I can discover a number of different paths that might be fulfilling for me, rather than worrying about having to make the right decision immediately. I've started to realize that there's so many different things that I could do, and I've just got to try them out and see what happens. This takes the pressure off and allows you to realize that you can experiment, you can try things, and you can take time to find what it is that's going to fulfill you in life. Life is a continuous experiment, and we are all continuously changing as people as we go through life. It's normal that the path that we choose for ourselves at 18 years old might not be the same path that's right for us at 30 or 40 or 50 or beyond. Expect this, and even better, plan for it. So that's it for this video. If you did like this video, you might like this video here, which others have also found helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.